It's a new year, a new season, and we are underway.
Really dominating fashion here today is going to win.
They're 3-4 for the final time.
Win number 1 on the season, only just barely.
He is going to win here at the Nazareth Speedway.
Wins the Emerson Electric 100K.
Gonna be Igor Barretto's gonna eke it out.
Cup Series champion is Shane Lake in the number 15.
Welcome to the NOFSRL.
Indy 250 week continues on, and we are back again with the Turkey Hill National Series after just 3 days after our last race at Indianapolis. We are here in Charlotte, North Carolina, Memorial Day weekend for the CN Rail 300 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in Season 6 of the NOFSRL Turkey Hill National Series. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 14 in season number 6 of the NOFSRL Turkey Hill National Series. We are here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina for the running of the CN Rail 300. 40 laps of action around this 1.5 mile speedway, and it is going to be a blast. We had a race just a couple days ago at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Dustin Davis went on to victory lane for his first career Napa Fan win. We'll see if his teammate can do so. Renan Esip there starting in 5th. It's going to be a wild race, though. The GMS physics here at Charlotte are so much different than the Cup physics, and you'll see a lot of 3 and 4 wide and probably a few wrecks in tonight's event. We had 4 cautions in this race last year. Hopefully we don't break that this year, but hey, you never know. Turkey Hill National Series is a wild place, and we're going to have another wild race here tonight. Joining alongside here, Joel Irvin Alonso and Chase Harris. And Chase, you saw Indy 250 qualifying. That doesn't really relate much to what we're going to see here today, but we do have a few guys in this race who are going to be in that Indianapolis 250 on Saturday. Is there anything that they can take away from this race going into that big race on Saturday, knowing that, sure, it's a completely different racetrack, completely different style of racing, but there's still a lot of things that are similar to a pack race here at Charlotte that there are in an open wheel race at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
Yeah, it is hard to compare the two tracks because they're totally different, but and they're in totally different cars. But when you think about it, you're both going to be in packs, and you got to realize that making aggressive moves early in the race is not going to help you because you can't win on the first lap. So you just got to be calm, got to be patient, and try not to get caught up in a wreck, which tends to happen here. So just don't be too aggressive early in the race.
Yeah, absolutely. And here, Joe, I'm sure you're on cloud 9 after hearing that Dustin Davis won at Indianapolis. And Renan Esip's there starting in the 5th position. Is this a track where you want to start up front, or do you think we're going to see a lot of cycling in this race and someone from the back could possibly get the race victory?
Yeah, we could see some frequent passing as we already had the test here. Passing is frequent as we had a test here at Charlotte, but yeah, GNS physics makes a difference, then the Cup physics we'll never know.
We're just going to see how it all plays out. This race is going to play out a lot differently than tomorrow night's Coke 600, no doubt about it, but we're excited to see how it all goes down here in the Turkey Hill National Series at Charlotte. This is how they line up in the point standings. John Andrews, 352 points towards the championship for him. Audra Baranowski's only 2 points behind, and this is Audra's week. Of course, she's won the Indy 250 before. She's always fast at Indianapolis, and she ran very strong in the Turkey Hill National Series at Indianapolis on Monday. BB Ruiz, 3rd in points, 18 points behind. Joshua Harrison's had an excellent season. He's 21 points behind, and Noah Clifton, 26 points behind coming into tonight's event. CN Rail 300 action here from Charlotte. And Blake Parker in the number 82 going to be leading us to the green flag for tonight's event. Going to be starting on the outside pole tomorrow in the Freedom 50. Dan Park starting alongside him there in row number 1. Then a couple other guys who are going to be in the Freedom 50 tomorrow. Andrew Williams in the 17, Daniel Bouchard in the 7. Teammates in Logan Sport there in row 2. Row 3 sees Renan Esip, the teammate to our last winner, Dustin Davis, at the inside of Roberto Crown Jr. And then a gal who's going to be racing on Saturday, and a guy who's not going to be racing on Saturday, who tried to qualify. Marty Johnson failing to qualify, a chip on his shoulder from that race. Same goes for Mitchell Collins, who also failed to qualify for the Indy 250. He's the inside of Colin Teague there in row number 5. And one's rolling off. Jason here, Joe. Who do you guys think is going to win here tonight in the CN Rail 300 at Charlotte?
Well, right now I'm looking at rookie Andrew Williams here. Starting the second row, good starting spot. I do think there will be a lot of passing, but I think at the end of the day, it's going to be Andrew Williams who gets the job done.
Well, no question to ask. Renan is if to win. Well, he could be the 4th Filipino driver to win in AG racing history. Well, I believe in him.
We're going to have to see what he can do. You're going against the Matt Tuck strategy. You're picking your driver to win. Hey, the past 2 times Josh has picked the driver to win in this series, when we had Josh in the booth, he got them both right. So maybe one of you keeps that streak up here tonight. We're just going to have to see. It's a Memorial Day weekend. Pace cars down the pit lane. Let's have some fun here in the CN Rail 300 at Charlotte. Well, once you look at that, Renan Isip going to lead lap 1 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Bonus point towards the championship for him right there. Blake Parker close to that outside wall, but he's not going to hit it. He's going to get a bit of a run off the corner. Got to get in Andrew Williams there as they really get into each other there.
That's fine.
And that is not going to work out at all. Oh, brother.
The big one.
It is the big one here at Charlotte. Josh Williamson, Ethan Farley, Marty Johnson, RJ Bishop, I already mentioned Ethan Farley, but might as well count him twice. Luke Rainey, Dover winner involved there as well. What on earth? Noah
They made
Clifton.
like 5 wide there.
They almost went 7 wide. That was insane. Yeah. Surprisingly, I don't think as many, well, I don't know. There's a lot of guys with damage. Yeah, you got Joshua Harrison there, BB Ruiz. Josh Williamson is done. A tough season for him. RJ Bishop caught up Luke Rainey as well. That's going to take out a lot of the field here, and I don't think these guys are going to come down quite yet. It's about a 30-lap fuel run here at Charlotte, so the good thing about this wreck is that's going to clear the field up a little bit, and we could hopefully avoid something like that from happening again. Will Parrish with a lot of damage. Elijah Gordon got a piece of that one. Marty Johnson's all torn up in the 53 machine. All those guys going to be down. Julio Caesar, Joey Hightower. My, oh my. That's going to shake everything up in this championship.
Guys, I would like to let you know that this wreck is not caused by Joey Hightower.
No, I think he's kind of gotten past what happened a couple months ago, but yeah, that was a big yikes moment right there. Hopefully we don't see that again tonight. A lot of these guys actually will be able to continue, though. I don't think many guys are going to get knocked out, but still, those 4 guys hit that inside wall essentially at the same time. That's going to be a fun one to review, and you guys are going to see it right now. So let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the night here in the CN Rail 300 at Charlotte. So you're going to see here, this is kind of how they got 4 wide. Williamson had to check up in the corner. Marty Johnson had to run to the outside. Look at that. It's like a pack race. I mean, it is a pack race. Ashland Boyd in the wall back in there. But Marty Johnson, Josh Williamson, RJ Bishop, and Luke Rainey, 3 of those guys have won this season. And if they had wrecked right there, I don't think this would have been as big. But you're going to see right here, Marty Johnson kind of pushing down on these guys. And they don't have time to move up. Bishop and Rainey are trying to get back on the racetrack. And Johnson's like, no, guys, there's no room for that. And
yeah, that was 6 wide there.
That was, I don't know. And then they're going to come up through the field here. Bishop getting in to Dustin Davis, Julio Caesar, Micah Knapp, Isaac Nichols, Noah Clifton, Ethan Farley, Dustin. I already mentioned Dustin Davis. So many guys, I'm mentioning them twice. Scott Upton, Will Parrish, Luke Rainey got him, the BB Ruiz, Elijah Gordon, Ben Crouch, and Ashland Boyd.
Yeah. Well, Fitzy, if you're watching this is called violence.
Oh, and then up here, Mike Knapp and Joshua Harrison got into each other, and that's what happened between those guys. So that was a little bit more that occurred after all of that, but that's going to knock out a lot of guys. Baranauskas won the race back to the line, but let's replay that in real time.
And there's, yeah, that's 4 wide right there coming out of turn number 2 as they made contact with, oh my god, with Fords and Toyotas right there when 6 wide went and they committed a violence, which involves so many cars in the process and knocks out 8 cars. And more violence right there with Mike Knapp and Joshua Harrison will perish. Hits Joshua Harrison in the process. Well, it's not your typical big one.
No, it was a mess. Let's see what happened to this the 48 there, to kind of add on to this whole melee.
You can see the rack it up ahead, and then they just, I don't know what they do. They commit stupid, and then and they all get clogged up in the 6-7, trying to hang on, doing anything they can, and just, ooh, yep.
Hightower had a piece of that too.
Yeah.
I thought Mike Knapp is trying to kill Joey Hightower.
Yeah, it didn't work out. I think Hightower's still in this race, but such a tough break for all those guys involved. That's going to knock out a lot of guys, especially a lot of guys who were up front in points, except for the top 2. Baranauskas and John Andrews still in this race. And let's see what they can do on the restart here in the CN Real 300 at Charlotte. We're back here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway after whatever the heck that was. And I'm going to restart on lap 7 of 40 here in the CN Rail 300. No one's coming down the pit lane quite yet. And Audra Baranauskas, your race leader here in the 14th race of the season with the Circular National Series. She finished very good at Indianapolis. Can't remember specifically where she ran, but she did have a good run there at the Brickyard. Mitchell Collins did not have a good run at the Brickyard on Sunday. Wants to make up for that and possibly get a race victory. Renan Easip in 3rd. Dan Park, Blake Parker, Stephen Colon, Andrew Williams, Justin Zidell, Daniel Bouchard, and Landon Smith Jr., the top 10. And everyone from Noah Clifton on up still on the lead lap. And 7 guys out of the, actually 8 guys, I should say, out of the race. RJ Bishop, Marty Johnson, Julio Caesar, Luke Rainey, Isaac Nichols, Dustin Davis from winner to loser. And then BB Ruiz also caught up. Another guy high in points. Same with Joshua Harrison. All out of the race after that. Green flag back in the air here on lap 8 of 40. And Baranauskas going to take it away from Mitchell Collins. Actually, lap 7 of 40. My apologies right there. And here comes Dan Park for 3rd on Renan Easip.
And yes, interesting side-by-side here for Dan Park and Renan Easip. He's gonna clear the Filipino driver as single foul, 1st to 3rd as Blake Parker. Look at that, 3 wide for 4th as Andrew Williams is right there. Chase, your pick to win is right there.
Yeah, Andrew Williams looking strong off to the start here, but of course it's a long race, so I don't want to jinx him or anything, so I'm not gonna say he's.
You jinxed him by picking him to win. Here comes Landon Smith Jr., number 51 machine to the inside as well. John Andrews, our points leader. And this is interesting in the championship because we had BB Ruiz was 3rd in points, got caught up. Joshua Harrison got caught up. Noah Clifton also got caught up. The 3 guys behind Andrews and Baranauskas got caught up in that accident. Now Andrews and Baranauskas both inside the top 10 right now. They have an ability to pull away from the rest of the field in this race, and that's going to be massive towards the championship. Next race for these guys is going to be Chicagoland next Thursday night. That should be another wild race there on the 1.5 miles. And then we head to Iowa. So, going to be interesting how those 2 guys can hold on to their championship leads if, of course, they can hold on to these top 10 runs they have right now. And Baranauskas doing a great job holding the field off. Dan Park in 2nd, Andrew Williams there in 3rd, and then it's a log jam there for 4th. Mitchell Collins, Landon Smith Jr., John Neer's going to take 5th away from the 27 here. Blake Parker might get a run with Roberto Crown Jr. to the inside of him.
Oh, well. It is interesting racing here, but yeah. I think this guy's in from 1st to 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. I think top 15 would be in contention to win this race, but who knows?
Dan Park here in the number 32 going to have a shot on Baranauskas. Andrew Williams right behind him, but Dan Park may finally become the 3rd different leader of this race. He's got a great run to the inside of Baranauskas. He's going to take it right away. Dan Park, a very experienced driver, has been around. He's actually been racing on Napafan longer than Baranauskas has, surprisingly. Baranauskas is a very experienced veteran as well. Now here comes Andrew Williams. Here comes John Andrews. They've been racing longer than any of these guys, and he may go 3 wide for 2nd, and he may go 3 wide for the lead. Look at that run that Andrews got there on that inside lane, and the points lead going to change hands right there as Andrews is going to go to the point most likely. Dan Park way up high, gonna try to get that run down the backstretch. He may be able to get it on Andrews here for the top position, and I think he just did. Great job out of Dan Park running that outside lane and holding on to the race lead.
Wow, that was. Oh, go ahead.
This leaves me Joe drop. But wait, I did not notice the 11 of John Andrews is right there. The Texan guy taking the lead. Dan Park is trying to work the outside lane again.
Yeah, was not able to get that outside lane to work. There goes Baranowski. She may go 3 wide for the race lead. But how about this? The top 2 drivers in points, top 2 on the racetrack now. John Andrews and Audra Baranowskis.
Yeah, you can see right here that 11 of John Andrews. I mean, it was kind of obvious he was going to pass the 32 there of Dan Park eventually, but Park did a good job holding off while he could. But I'll tell you what, these guys are not listening to my strategy. They're being way aggressive here. There was 4 wide a few laps ago, so I mean, this is pretty crazy racing, and you can see the top line get stacked up there. But right now, the 11 of John Andrews is doing a good job of maintaining that lead.
And John Andrews trying to hold on for his first win of the season, even though he's the points leader. He's yet to go to victory lane so far in the Turkey Hill National Series. He's won in the Cup Series, at Las Vegas back in March. But he's going for his first win in Turkey Hill this year. There goes Blake Parker, our pole sitter's back in this inside lane. And he's going to get around Christian Vargas. Stephen Cologne's up here as well. How about Priya McShane? I've not seen much of McShane this season outside of her one win in Atlanta, but this is a similar track to Atlanta, at least in terms of shape and size. I don't know if it races like Atlanta at all, but McShane doing a great job as well. Declan Wellington Turner, haven't seen much of the 66 machine. This was the car that won the championship when Trey Smith drove for North State last year. Wellington Turner has not done the best of jobs this season, but here he is inside the top 10. Here we go. RJ Bishop, Noah Clifton. And it's going to be a chess match here at Charlotte, of all places, after that massive accident that we had. And John Andrews simply has nowhere to go. But he will move to the inside. But Stephen Cologne's coming with a full head of steam there. And he may, not going to be able to get to the inside of Andrews. Gotta watch out for these guys trying to get around RJ Bishop. This could get a little bit edgy here throughout the field.
And what a stunk there. Well, Noah Clifton again, moving chicanes. As Declan Wellington Turner make it in. Ow.
Yeah, he's going to get the second. Landon Smith Jr. going to get the third there. And Priya McShane going to go to fourth with Roberto Crown Jr. in fifth. And that is Clifton's teammate that he's holding up right now. And now RJ Bishop going to hold on at the back of the field here. Blake Parker, Audra Baranowski is now held up. And same with Andrew Williams. So this is kind of turned into a super speedway race in a sense, like Talladega or Daytona, where we get, usually get a big wreck in one of those races and you have those slow cars in the field. Well, that's happening here right now in this Turkey Hill National race at Charlotte, and that is definitely not helping these guys out. However, those really are going to be the only two guys they're really going to have to contend with. Everybody else is relatively up to par with the rest of the field. But Clifton now still holding up Stephen Cologne. Cologne has not been able to get around him. And now here comes their other teammate, Ben Crouch, moving in play. I think they've all gotten around RJ Bishop, and they have, but Baranowskis lost a lot of ground there. Same with Blake Parker. As they were running up front earlier on, they have fallen way back. Landis Smith Jr. up to second. Priya McShane going to move to the inside of him for second, I should say. And Roberto Crown Jr. there with Declan Wellington Turner the top 5, all led by John Andrews in the number 11.
Well, about earlier when Noah Clifton holding Stephen Cologne. Looks like it's going to be an interesting meeting in the NS Racing camp. As well, Priya McShane trying to pull an Owen Miles 2020. Well, I think she can do it. I mean, from 39th, maybe end of the season, I could predict she could finish like 24th up in the points. But let's see, as he's trying to closing in the number 11 of Jen Andrews.
It is a long season, a little bit longer than last year, 32 race season compared to 28 that we had last year. So McShane, I mean, everyone's still mathematically in contention for the championship. Even Isaac Nichols, man. Who knows? But we're halfway through the CN Rail 300. John Andrews has the cautions out. And Trey Bartow has gone around down the backstretch. Might have been somebody else involved. Aiden McCrow in the 28. So McCrow and Bartow getting involved halfway. And Blake Parker also got spun around in the 82 machine. Oh, and more contact. Baranowskis and Micah Knapp, and that's going to end Baranowskis' day. Oh, brother.
Just
Oh,
another
he's still hitting.
Joey Hightower moment right there. And Trey Barlow
Yikes.
yeeted for the second time in a row.
Oh, and they're still wrecking.
They don't know how to slow it down, and they're racing back to the line at this place. That's all I gotta say. My goodness, they just have... They had a caution-free race at Indianapolis on Monday. Absolutely beautiful stuff. Here, not so much the case. I mean, we're still not... You're not really close to that... I mean, we're still kind of... I don't know. We're kind of on par for 4 cautions in this race, but I don't think we're going to beat 4 cautions that we had last year. Hopefully we won't. Well, it's a perfect opportunity for the field to come down the pit lane, so this will not become a fuel mileage race or anything, but John Deere's going to lead them down. Everyone's going to get fresh tires here as well. Was that Noah Clifton they ran into? I can't remember.
I believe
I'm not sure.
same incident, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because if that was Clifton, they knocked Clifton out. That's one of the guys, one of the slow guys they knocked out of the race that we don't have to worry about anymore. John Andrews, number 11. It's going to be tight with McShane, but Andrews will win the race off the pit lane, and he will lead the field down.
Roberto Brown Jr. right there.
Yeah, it's a tight pit lane. These guys kind of making some contact there on the pit lane right there. But John Deere's will lead the field to the green flag when we get back to racing here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Priya McShane in second. An opportunity for second win of the season. We've only had one driver win multiple races this season. That was Ashlyn Boyd, who won Daytona and Richmond. So I have to see if McShane can do it. Declan Wellington-Turner in third. Landon Smith Jr. in fourth. And then Roberto Crown Jr. in fifth. Let's go ahead and see what happened to Trey Barto, Aiden McCrow to bring out the caution, and then see what happened with everybody else afterwards. Alger Baranowskis, one of the dominant drivers in this race early on, getting knocked out here at Charlotte. Aiden McCrow in the 28, scraping the outside wall right here, and really scraping the outside wall. And then you're going to see Trey Barto come in here in the 54 machine. He just comes in a little too high, and he gets into the 28, and Baranowskis nowhere to go. Baranowskis getting caught up in this one. It's a tough break for Blake Parker back in there as well. But that's what sends Barto around. That's what triggers the yellow flag. And then McCrow got up in the Upton. That knocked Upton out of the race. And then he came back down on Blake Parker in the 82 machine. And McCrow got hard hit to the inside wall. I think Parker avoided... he might not have avoided contact. But then farther up ahead, I think Dennis Stryker and Scott Upton... Oh, no. Andrew Williams... I think he might have blown an engine or blown a tire, or somebody had an issue.
Oh,
oh boy. I don't know if Andrew Williams had an issue up ahead while this happened, and then they just jammed it up. Dennis Stryker, Seidel, and Clifton back in there. They avoided for the most part, but Dennis Stryker gets hit there by Scott Upton. And then Baranowskis is caught up as well, and then... Oh, boy.
No break.
I think
Farley avoided. I think a lot of these guys actually avoided. It's Bishop. No, it's not. It's Micah Knapp.
Oh, yeah, Micah Knapp.
And then Aiden McCrow gets into Scott Upton. Trey Barto gets into Aiden McCrow. And then Blake Parker in the 82 gets him to Scott Upton. Man, he almost rode his wheel there.
And guys, to remind you, Charlotte Motor Speedway is a racing track, at your typical BAM karting in the carnival.
I don't know what he just said. We're going to replay that in real time and get to the restart here at Charlotte.
So you can see they're coming out of turn 2 and McCrow's in the wall and just kind of riding it, and Barto just comes up into him, and Barto's going to take a heavy hit in the inside wall, and then ends up being more. Blake Parker gets collected, and then they all just
That's what happened.
Slam turn 3, and then 7 right there just gets turned hard in the inside wall. It's a big hit, and then why not some more crashing, because I guess that's what they like to do here. See, they're all spinning. Looks like alright, looks like everybody gets through, and then all of a sudden just no brakes. I guess they brought the ARCA brakes to the track today, but McCrow plows in, then Barto just clips him, and then of course Blake Parker is just gonna come in here and just slam into them. Not much to say
this
there.
is one of the worst tracks for ARCA brakes. I'm going to say that much. Well, it is the way it is.
Wait.
A lot of these guys are going to continue on, though, at least up front. John Andrews, the race leader. McShane will be second on the restart. 15 laps to go here in the CN Rail 300. We are back once again at the Charlotte Motor Speedway after our second caution of the night here in the CN Rail 300. It's been a crazy one here tonight. I mean, we've had a lot of bumps and bangs in this one. 24 drivers on the lead lap. I'm trying to think. Out of the race, I think include Micah Knapp in the 67, the 88 of Scott Upton, and the 76 of RJ Bishop. So that's one of those. Actually, no, Bishop's just 2 laps down now. He's still out there. Blake Parker in the 82 is out of the race, I do believe. I do not see him anymore. So Parker's out. Baranowskis, I would imagine, is out. And Clifton a lap down, still in the race. John Andrews, Priya McShane, Declan Wellington-Turner, Landon Smith Jr., and Roberto Crown Jr., the top 5. 15 laps to go on the CN Rail 300. No more need for fuel or pit stops. We're good to go to the end. Hopefully we stay green. We're just going to have to see.
Yeah, you can see not much, like nobody really got as big of a jump that time, but one thing I do want to mention is last time I called a race, or was Atlanta, and that's the race that Priya McShane won, but you can see a move right here for second by the 66.
Declan Wellington-Turner. This is the home race for North State Racing. Wouldn't be surprised if they went to victory lane with their Turkey Hill National Series car, but John Andrews is going to be a hard driver to beat here. One of the most experienced drivers to ever run on Avifan. He's been running since 2015. 6 years of running on this channel. And he knows his way around this place. That's all I got to say. But McShane going to try back on Wellington-Turner. Dan Park up to 4th, and Christian Vargas in 5th. Now, Vargas has been the class of the field for Pacific Racing this season. And even though he's yet to win a race, he's been the most consistent guy. Well, he's got an opportunity getting his first win of the season here at Charlotte.
Guys, do you see what I'm seeing right now?
I don't know.
Hightower.
Oh, oh, he's coming. Hey, you know what? After all that's happened today, he hasn't really been involved in any of that. I think his name has been cleared from that Armory Digital incident, but we'll have to see when we get back to Armory Digital in July. We're gonna have a party with Hightower in that one. Oh, we got 3Y back in here. Ian Siegel, Colin Teague, Roberto Crown Jr. falling back, and Joey Hightower there. Stephen Cologne's kind of rebounded a little bit after he got held up by his teammate earlier on. Braden Perez down the pit lane as for the race lead. Priya McShane to the inside of John Andrews. Here comes Vargas in the 62. Vargas will not get a run on McShane quite yet, but McShane's definitely going to get this pass made on John Andrews. And that number 77 is very fast for Smith Motorsports. Whereas Trey Smith, the owner of that team, his brother drives for Velocitar Racing. Landon Smith Jr., he's in this pack as well for shot at victory. Vargas might get a nose to the inside of McShane as we got 11 laps to go in the CN Rail 300.
Yeah, and
Looks like 3 for third. Let's see. Looks like the Tide Ride is going fast. I mean, Toyota 1-2 right now. Well, looks like Toyota. Oh my god. I think Declan Wellington-Turner and Dan Park almost made contact, but they figured it out. And 3 wide for fourth.
Landon Smith Jr. the inside of John Andrews. Dan Park there as well. Vargas in the tire tracks of Priya McShane with 10 laps to go. Gonna try to get a run to the inside of McShane right here for the race lead. Now, this is a good opportunity for Vargas to move up in the points. A lot of guys have had issues ahead of him in the points, including Baranowskis. John Andrews should hold on to the points lead heading him to Chicagoland next weekend. But Vargas wants to move back up there inside that top 5, and a win would award him a ton of points to do so as he moves to the inside for the race lead with 9 laps to go. Here comes Wellington-Turner in the 66. He's going to move to the inside of McShane for second. And now Landon Smith Jr. kind of all by himself there in the 4th position. Here comes Colin Teague and Dan Park, and Renan Esip in the 52 moving up through the field as well.
Yeah.
I believe in him, guys. I believe in him, guys. Filipinos, be ready. 3 wide right there. That's for 6th.
Yeah, Renan Esip to the inside of John Andrews and Dan Park. And Chase, you know, I don't know if these guys are going to have enough time to close in, but what are the odds you give these guys going 3 wide to possibly have a shot at winning? We still have 8 laps to go here at Charlotte.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be working with them, to be honest. Like, I'd be working together, trying to shove each other, but, you know, race car drivers aren't like that, so they're just gonna try to get every position that they can. But you can see the 66, man. I'm telling you what, Devin Wellington Turner is really fast right now, and I could see him getting to the 62 car of Christian Vargas here soon.
We're going to have to see what Wellington Turner can do. I know Davey Johnson watching this race here in his home racetrack would love to go to victory lane. I don't think North State Racing has ever gone to victory lane at Charlotte before in either the National Series or the Cup Series. We're going to have to see. They're going to have to get around RJ Bishop and Noah Clifton again before the end of this event. So this is going to get really interesting. But Vargas holds on to the race lead. Wellington Turner in the 66. Vargas has won the Coca-Cola 600 before. I just remembered that. He won the Coke 600 in Season 7. But he might not win this race as he got held up tremendously. But Wellington Turner is not going to take the position. He hit the apron and Vargas remains out front. That was very unique right there. Wellington Turner hit the apron and could not hold the inside. That may have been the better move. He may have wrecked those guys if he wasn't careful. McShane going to get around, so will John Anders. This guy's on the outside only getting held up. Stephen Colon moving up as well. Now Landon Smith Jr. trying to close in on Vargas. As Vargas going to close in on Noah Clifton. Almost got him to Clifton, but this time Landon Smith Jr. is going to take it right away. He's not going to give way to Vargas, and Landon Smith Jr. to the point, but McShane here as well in the 77. 5 laps to go on the CN Rail 300, and that should be the last time we run into lap traffic here tonight.
Could Priya McShane win another race when I'm in the booth? I don't know. We're about to see
look at that.
To the inside.
Look at that.
It's interesting, guys. This is
Great
interesting.
run to the inside of Landon Smith Jr. for the race lead. 4 laps to go for McShane. Landon Smith Jr. wasn't even able to lead a lap right there, and Vargas still in this thing as well. Seidl's up here. Colin Teague, Mitchell Collins. They're all still trying to get around Noah Clifton in the 46. John Ears has fallen back a little bit, and so is Wellington Turner. A couple of guys who were up front earlier on. Lap traffic really coming into play in this race, but now Priya McShane looking to win her second race of the season. But she's going wide, and Landon Smith Jr.'s coming in the 51.
It's a point of no return, guys, and Christian Vargas, well know he won the Coca-Cola 600 before. Yes, that was traumatic for me. We all know that. I ran out of fuel. But, well, Stephen Colon is coming. I think he could catch up. If
these two guys work together, they can close in, but there's only going to be 2 laps to go next time by. McShane wide again. Here comes Landon Smith Jr. That may open the door for Colon and Vargas to have a shot here. Here we go. 2 laps to go for Landon Smith Jr. He's going to finally lead a lap. Will that be the pass for the win?
Very well could be.
So. Wait, Team Velocity is looking to win a race in quite some time.
Last time they went to victory lane would have been Marty Johnson at the top of the season. That includes Cup, and McShane's not going to let him have it easy. And McShane back to the inside for the race lead. Coming to the white flag here in the CN Rail 300. Will McShane get her second win of the season? Or will Landon Smith Jr. go back to the inside and take it away again? Colon and Vargas here as well. They're closing in. I don't think they're going to have enough time. And here we go again. McShane wide. Landon Smith Jr.'s coming on the inside lane as they go down the backstretch. Smith Jr. going to try to get this inside lane to work to his advantage on the 77. Will he be able to do it? Will McShane go wide through the corner? She's holding that inside lane. I think that's going to be enough. Priya McShane, her second win of the season in the Turkey Hill National Series.
How about that?
That was a good drive right there. Her second career Napa fan win. She gets it done in the CN Rail 300 at Charlotte. As we have a wreck at the end. Noah Clifton and Justin Seidl. It looks like Declan Wellington Turner got caught up as well. But officially only 2 cautions in the race, so a little bit cleaner than last year. But my goodness, that was a wild one. But Priya McShane gets the honor of going to Body Armor Victory Lane here at Charlotte.
Wow. Well, yet again, Priya McShane wins another race while I'm on the booth, so...
Well, she's going to want you to go for the rest of the season now.
Maybe. No, that's not going to happen.
Well, there are the official standings of the race, and only 26 drivers finished the event. So definitely a race of attrition here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway with all those crazy actions. So we had Landon Smith Jr. in second, Stephen Colon, Christian Vargas, and Roberto Crown Jr. the top 5. Take a look at the rest of the results right there, and that's a big yikes right there.
Well, the the last 2 times I'm on the booth, the race is crazy. This is the 3rd straight time.
I don't think this was as bad as Armory Digital, though. Armory Digital was insane. This was still, for the most part, a generally. I can't remember what happened. Talladega was actually kind of a normal race, I feel like.
Yeah.
We played it kind of normally, but... wow, what a night. What a night here at Charlotte in the Turkey Hill National Series, and that's just a preview of what's to come in the Coke 600 tomorrow night. That's a race we're looking forward to. 80 laps in tomorrow night's race for the NOFSRL Cup Series. Definitely looking forward to that one. Priya McShane, she's going to look forward to victory lane. That's going to be interesting to see what she can do as the season goes on, because you mentioned like Owen Miles last year. His only few top 10s that he had were race victories, so it's kind of all or nothing for McShane this season. But she is going to move in the points with that race victory, and we're going to have to see if she can get another one. She's only the 2nd driver of the season to win multiple races. She joins Ashlyn Boyd, and neither of them have done much outside of their race victories this season. So who knows what's to come here in the Turkey Hill National Series? But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll replay that Zidell and Clifton accident in the corner of your screen. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Congratulations to Priya McShane on her 2nd win of the season. And we will see you guys next weekend for the it's the Mountain Dew Zero Sugar 300 at the Chicagoland Speedway next Thursday night right here on AG Racing. That's a big night for many reasons, and we'll get into that 2nd reason a little bit later on. But today, we cap it off with the Turkey Hill National Series and Priya McShane winning here at Charlotte. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for the Coke 600, and of course Saturday at noon Eastern Time, the Indianapolis 250 in the Haas IndyCar Series right here on AG Racing, the biggest race of the season in the NOFSRL. Thank you guys so much for watching. On behalf of Chase Harrison, here's Larvin Alonso. Here are the points for the Turkey Hill National Series, and I will see you guys later.